Fresh Baked, we're back atop the Mickey and Friends parking structure for another update with the Knothole Gang, and we're looking at the backside of Galaxy's Edge as usual. And looky there, that shrubbery is coming along. they've actually planted 2 trees back there. How? Oh no, they're not planted. I guess they're just in planters. But I have a feeling that that's where they're going to wind up. It's pretty neat. Usual look here from the backside of Galaxy's Edge. However, I felt like when I was filming this that there was some progress on that area back there, so I wanted to do a little before and after. So we'll stop here and look at a photo from what I want to say 3 weeks ago, and it does. I mean, it looks about the same. I felt like things had been filling out. There had been sort of just additions being made, but it looks about the same if we go back and forth. If we toggle a little bit, maybe a little more detail here and there, a little more mesh on that front facade of that queue area, but otherwise about the same. And the trees and the blue tarp are all just as they were. Now we're going to scan the top of Battle Escape as usual, and I want to stop right here because I've been asking for the longest time for some kind of progress on that thing. That has been unadorned for, I want to say, months. Got to be months. But they finally have started adding some mesh, and you can also see that there's a bit of rock work starting to creep over that edge. Before it was just the steel framework there as well, but that stuff that has started to get meshwork adorned to it as well. So we're gonna see a little mountainscape creep over the lip of the Battle Escape building, the roof line, and we'll continue. Every time I think that not much more can happen on top of Battle Escape, something more happens on top of Battle Escape. Like even now, you can see some progress on the spires for Millennium Falcon. Now this is an interesting shot here. We're gonna zoom in, and again, I feel like things have filled out more than over the past few weeks. So we'll stop, and this is 3 weeks ago, and I think part of the reason why it looks like it's more filled out is the sunlight. There's a lot of shadow being cast in this week's images than what we saw 3 weeks ago. But it does look like they're starting to fill things out a lot more. You're getting a lot more deeper context, a little deeper textures than we've been seeing. And we'll get a little closer look. That's what I was talking about. That top spire there has gotten some very fine detail, like what we saw at the facade of Battle Escape a few weeks ago from Rivers of America. It is just moving right along. Less than a year, guys. Or about a year. And that thing's still, who knows what's going on there. That is going to be, when they start filling out that one right in the middle of your frame there, when they start filling out that framework, that's going to be an impressive spire, assuming that's what they're building there. Which, by all accounts, it should be, because it looks like every other spire that we've seen progress. And we'll get over to the Rivers of America on the Mark Twain. We got some guys working. Look at that. There's actually more than one person working on this afternoon. That hardly ever happens. I saw like 6 guys there. So that's pretty cool. That means, it's this last year will be down the stretch, and they're going to be working overtime, I bet, quite a bit. to get things done on time. Wow. Last week that was all whitewashed, you know, like primered almost, and you can see now that there's well, that mast is in the way or whatever that is. that's the spire I was talking about before from Mickey and Friends. It's going to look really impressive once they start filling that thing out. That's going to be an ominous. That could be the spire. Reason why I'm being obstructed is because it was very crowded on the Mark Twain this afternoon, and I didn't get a front row seat, you know, right there on the rail. So I had to navigate over people's heads, basically. Wow. Can you imagine? Ethan made a good point today when we were at Cars Land. He said, you know, he was asking about how the mountain ranges at Cars Land compare to that we're seeing in Galaxy's Edge, and I feel like Galaxy's Edge is bigger. But he said it's going to be even more impressive because you're going to be able to walk right underneath them, right near them. Whereas at Cars Land, they're far away from you. You can see them, but you can't walk under them. You can't walk by them. And I'm curious to find out how that's going to play, like what that's going to do to your senses, you know? Because a lot of the mountains that we see are visible through forced perspective as opposed to being, you know, to scale. And that's what they've done. That's what they have to do. These mountains have to be made to scale because you're going to be in them. What I'm doing, a couple weeks ago, I had asked people, why isn't that front area finished? And people said, well, because it's not finished. But that's not really the question I was asking. Obviously, they're not finished, but it doesn't look like they're going to, is what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to finish that. See all that darkness up there? There's nothing there, so something has to be in front of it. What's going on? What's going to be put in front of those unfinished areas? Because I don't think it's going to be mountain. Hey, look, a train. My favorite thing while filming Galaxy's Edge updates. Trains and mountains in Star Wars. I'm such a nerd. Because I'm such a freaking nerd. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's head over to Toontown for another wonderful view of this other angle of the market, as it were. And I got a little too close today. I couldn't see so very well, so I got a little too close with the camera. But I did want to. We just passed it, and we're gonna come back here again. There it is. Just 3 weeks ago, that's what it looked like, and so that I mean, just golly, they're just putting mesh and rock everywhere, man. It's so cool. And you know what? I actually before we leave here, because I didn't get very much coverage because again I couldn't see, but I'd like to know, what is that? Is that garbage on top of that building? If we zoom in, what are we looking at? Oh, unless those are like air conditioning type units, maybe. I don't know. No, that's just, they're kind of randomly positioned. Obviously, they're not in place, maybe, but okay. Fresh Break, you tell me what those are. Is that garbage, AC units, air filtration, whatever? And then we'll close with our usual view of Battle Escape rockwork, an impressive spire that is on the way, and the beauty and majesty of Rivers of America from the backside of the Mark Twain. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week with more from Galaxy's Edge and more from the Disneyland, our regular Disneyland updates as well. We'll be back online for that tomorrow. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you then. Fresh Bite. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!